All right. At this time, we'll have our student of the month, Emily.
We're going to have Miss Nelson introduce Emily. So Emily, go ahead on up with Miss Nelson, and if you'll stand over there by the Optimist Creed banner, please.
Hi, I'm Adrienne Nelson. I am Emily's genetics and microbiology teacher, so she has me twice a day. She's in my room. And I think she's a great student. When I was looking through all the criteria for the Optimist Club requirements, I really felt like Emily fit that because she, every day she shows up and she tries her best and she does really well. So she really applies herself to the work. She makes sure that she is understanding the concepts. I've never seen anything negative come out of her mouth, and so I'm like, oh, well, optimist, that makes sense. Even sometimes genetics and microbiology can be kind of a difficult subject. And she, never once, like, we do a lot of notes, we do a lot of labs, it's been kind of crazy sometimes, but she's always been in there trying her best, helping other people, and just really living up to you guys' creed there. So that's why I nominated her.
Thank you. Emily?
Well, I'm Emily Brooks. I'm a junior at Junction City High School, and I'm in the BPSH Academy, and so I'm really honored that I got nominated. I'd say, I've got all A's. I'm a pretty good student, I would think. I'd say my favorite subjects to school are probably obviously science, which is why I chose to take microbiology and genetics. I've always liked science, so yeah. And then obviously my family's here. I have twin sisters, Stephanie, and we've been here 15, almost 16 years. So yeah.
Introduce mom and dad.
My dad is Robert Brooks, and my mom is Krista.
And what are you going to do after high school?
I am not quite sure yet, but I'm in the law and public safety pathway at high school, so I'll probably do something with law enforcement.
Good choice.
Science, so might change, but that's what I'm looking towards. So yeah.
Where would you go to school to get that kind of training?
I'm not quite sure yet. Obviously K-State is the closest school, but it all really just depends on where I get accepted. If I decide to go to college, I'm not really sure if that's something I want yet, but if it is, then yeah.
What about internship in high school?
Next year I'll have the opportunity to internship at the high, or with the police department or the sheriff's department, so I'll probably do that. Probably first semester next year. So
They have a suicide crime scene investigator that you can work this out. That's something they're interested in.
We always like to give mom and dad an opportunity to share about theirs. Crystal or Robert?
Well, I've just been a good kid. I've been a stay-at-home dad ever since they've been born, so it's she's a troublemaker. And no, we got pretty good kids. Can't complain too much.
Tell us about your career.
Retired military. Well, my wife and I were both retired military, and they were born a month before I retired, and we talked rather than give some of my retirement check to watch our kids. Decided I'd be a stay-at-home dad, and I've been a stay-at-home dad ever since. So it's traded soldiers for babies. And, and
I'm also retired, but I now work at IAC. I work with med boards, and so the girls have been my support through everything, and we support them. They're why we stayed here in Junction City. We wanted to have a home life that the military didn't. Once we moved here, we were done, and they could have a stable home for their whole life. So.
Good choice.
Yeah.
Morgan, share once again the process.
So, so I'm the president of the Junior Optimist Club at the high school. And every month we have teachers nominate students, like Miss Nelson nominated Emily. And then with the Junior Optimist Club, we'll vote on that student of the month. So pretty simple.
And tell us how many members you have now.
We're up to 24 members, which is very exciting. Much bigger than last year.
You should talk to her and make it 25.
Yes.
All right, so we have a presentation.
Yes, we do.
Emily, this is from our club. This is a certificate to honor you as a student of the month. Thank you. And then this is from Junction City, the JC Bar and Grill. This is a 25 gift certificate. You can take your parents out to eat. Oh, here, oh, I think we,
We're gonna do it.
oh, back
Yeah,
there.
no, you're right, we'll just there. Yeah.
Okay. And
So, yeah, mom and dad and sister, Miss Nelson,
Sure.
all in there.
Take them back.
I can't tell what you mean by Mr. Missing.
Yeah, it thinks you be sleeping.
And Stephanie's a great student too. I just have Emily twice a day.
she's also a jingle.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. All right, let's see.
We are new to it.
I can crop it out. Crop this out.
You can stand in the front.
Oh. I think he's gonna move out.
Okay.
He likes it. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay.
More.
Morgan.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
No,
no.
we gotta have you, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, very good.
They sponsor it.
Oh, no, it's real good. Okay. Just slide it down. Crop everything but your little jacket there, and they can miss it. They can miss the trash can. All right, one more. That's good. Thanks.
Thank you very much. And congratulations, dear.
Oh, that's sorry.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
I'm gonna head out if that's okay.
Yes, if you all need to leave, now would be
Yep,
the
we
time.
need to get the.
Thank you so much for the birthday.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Pardon me.
So would you like to slide the table over so you can use that?
Nice to meet you. Thanks for coming. You're welcome. Very well.
Have a good day.
Sorry to would have.
You're good.
Thank you.
Let him know.
Hey, you like long portion? Look at work.
What do you
You need to.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's something we talked about for you.
Yeah.
Do we need to stand there because of the video or
He'll
he'll
move.
move it?
He'll move.
Okay, okay.
Only 2 years.
All right.
Yes. Just set it over here.
Like, we're gonna put the plate on.
If you want to. You say it.
Oh, Rachel, how about it?
Huh?
I'm waiting.
Some people like to do the sensory stuff while they listen to things.
Oh, true.
Plate on. Do we get to keep it?
Of course.
There's just no throwing, taking out pieces and throwing it. We can't do that.
Don't. You know me well, don't you?
Yes, I do. I thought, oh, James could be in trouble with this.
Yeah, feel free to open it, play with it. Everybody probably already is. So we want to thank you for inviting us to come and speak with you all again. Some of you have heard us talk before, but we are from the YMCA, and we work under the Early Childhood Block Grant. And that grant supports two programs, one being Parents as Teachers and one being Triple P Positive Parenting. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute, but my name is Rachel Richmond. I've been with the program in one capacity or another for 21 years, and I'm a social worker, and presently I'm the supervisor, as well as I continue to do home visits with families as well. And this is Sue Gwaltney.
I'm Sue Gwaltney. I used to be the supervisor, and then I said, okay, Rachel, it's your turn, and I'll support you. I've been with Parents as Teachers and for over 30 years, and in some capacity or another. And then we got that Triple P program. I think it was in 2014, where we did a training for 9 months.
Yeah. So that's a little bit about who we are. I don't know how many of you know about Parents as Teachers, but it's an international program for families with children birth to 5. The importance of these early learning programs is because 80% of our brain growth occurs between the ages of 0 and 3, and 90% by the age of 5. So, we don't see a lot of pre-K starting until the age of 3, and by then, that brain is already growing and forming. So our services start prenatally. And so the mission of Parents as Teachers is to promote that optimal development, health, and learning for children by engaging their parents. So we do that typically through visits in the family's home. And kind of what those visits look like is we come to the home, we make it fun, we do fun activities with those children and parents, and show the parents how to do those activities and how those activities promote development. We're making sure that kids are meeting milestones, and if they're not, we're making referrals. We're teaching a lot of parenting strategies, parenting skills, answering questions, referring to resources, just connecting those families, because you guys know this community has a lot of needs. Outside of just the home and parenting, there's a lot of needs because it could be military stressors, spouses deployed. Financial stressors is a huge one for families, especially right now. So we're there to connect them, support them, and just overall help the well-being of the family. We also provide fun group activities for families. This is an opportunity for families to do things they might not normally get to do. We've gone to the dairy farm, we've gone to Milford, as well as had some of our own events. So we have some projects that we've been working on for families. We just had an event where they got to come to the school and build with a variety of blocks and read books and have lunch and connect with other parents in the community. And like Sue said, a few years ago, we added our Triple P Positive Parenting. That's an intensive parenting education program for families with young children. We assist them with strategies to deal with challenging behaviors. We know parenting is stressful. Kids are challenging. So we're there to give them strategies, and we allow them to choose from those strategies so that they can build their confidence in dealing with some different types of issues that arise. So that's kind of just an overview of the program. It's a program that's offered 12 months out of the year. Let's see. I've had a few questions, over the years. We've been through some changes. This program's been around for a long time. And when I initially started the program, Parents as Teachers was solely provided through USD 475. And so I'm going to try to kind of break down that history because there's been questions about that. So I don't know if you guys are visual people. I kind of am a visual person. So do you want to grab my bag there? But anyway, so the school district has had parents as teachers for goodness, long time, many years. And about 5 years ago in 2020, the school district made the decision, well, I should back up. So the school district had parents as teachers. They have a parents as teachers grant through the Kansas Department of Education. And then they also had the Early Childhood Block Grant, which is through the Kansas Children Cabinet Trust Fund. So about 5 years ago, the district made the decision to no longer have the Early Childhood Block Grant. And that was that decision was made because they decided to not sponsor a couple grant because they needed to do some things to get the heavy impact aid that they have. So when that happened, the YMCA stepped in to take over that early childhood block grant. I don't know if you want to write that out. And so when that happened, we continue to have, as a county, parents as teachers affiliates. So if you think about it, we have a big parents as teachers affiliate. And that affiliate then broke off to 2 funding sources, sponsored by 2 different organizations. So USC 475 and the YMCA. And after that occurred, our program didn't change in what we do. We just changed how we were funded. And so the YMCA, through our grant, we have 6 employees. And USD 475 through their grant has 3 employees. And we're all housed together at the old Franklin Elementary School, if you're familiar with that. And with this, I guess, almost like merger, we're able to continue to serve more families. If the YMCA had not taken over that early childhood block grant, then the parents as teachers would only have 3 employees, which means less families being served. So is that kind of
I'm slow.
and in a way, it makes sense. So 1 affiliate, 2 organizations, 2 funding sources, but all the families being served by all of those employees. So it has worked really well. The district, like I said, has continued to allow us to be housed in their facility and work amongst their staff too.
Do we want to hold this up so they can see the visual? This is awful, but
Yeah.
so this is parents as teachers, and it's an affiliate, so it's kind of the umbrella. And the YMCA has a grant, the Early Childhood Block Grant. That means 6 employees are employed under that, and then the district has a Kansas Parents as Teachers grant, and that employs 3. So if we didn't have this grant, you're cutting the program by 2/3. So just to kind of give you an example how important that grant is, and then we wouldn't even have a triple P positive parenting program, which helps parents with that social emotional piece, that behavior piece.
Yeah.
I need lots of whiteout.
So yeah.
How long are the grant good for? Like 5-year blocks?
1 year.
1 year?
So you like to apply every year?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so that leads me on to talk about, I mean, people want to know, well, why does this even matter? You know, why do these programs matter? Well, I talked about brain development, But, it matters because, you know, parents gain this confidence and skill. Communities benefit when children are ready for school, both academically and social emotionally. And any teacher would tell you that.
And you can't wait till kindergarten.
No. Or pre-K.
They start behind.
We emphasize reading, that parents read to their children. We emphasize parent-child interaction. That's where it starts. The parents are the first teachers. And so, you were asking, how long do the grants last? They're good for 1 year. Part of the requirement for the early childhood block grant is a match component. So 15% of our grant requires a match component. 10% can be an in-kind, and 5% is a cash match. Our in-kind is, generously provided by USD 475 by allow us office space, technology support, and all that. But the cash match is more of a struggle, as any of you guys know. I mean, you're doing fundraisers and all that. So we just had a fundraiser last night at Blue, where they donated a percentage to us. So we're constantly trying to look for ways to raise money to meet that requirement.
And match.
Yeah, we did match day. And as you can imagine, in this community, there's a lot of organizations trying to raise money from the same pot of money. So it can be challenging to meet, that match money.
What's that number total every year, the 5%?
Oh goodness,
A little
over 20,000. Yeah. And so some of the things that we're able to do with that match money is to have some events for families. Like I mentioned, the Blocks and Book. We're going to have a Tiny Tots Health and Wellness Fair. We're going to have a boot camp where the kids come out, and hopefully we'll do that one in the spring, and we could do some outdoor stuff. We like to, provide meals when we have activities or books and different things. And we have a parents we're going to do as well. And like I said, we've done other things as well that we've, been able to pay for families to attend.
Do you have individuals who donate other than match day? No.
We apply for different grants and foundation things and that kind of thing. We're constantly brainstorming and asking around, like who is a good source for that, because as you know, it's not easy.
How many families are you serving?
Last year we served 187 families. Some of them have multiple children. No, I'm sorry, 187 children and 100 and some families.
And what was the risk, wasn't it, factors?
So some of the risk factors that we serve, we have 47% military families, 90% families qualify for free and reduced lunch. So they're, your lower income. We also serve families whose child might be in foster care or at risk of being in foster care. So we're able to work with the parent and the child during visitation. And we had about 19% of those families.
So it's mostly low-income families?
Mostly. The grant is designed to meet some of your highest risks families. And we had our evaluation last year, or just a few months ago, about last year. They said we had one of the highest risk populations that, was served amongst the other grantees. So.
And is that a state grant that you're talking about?
Yes, it's a state grant. Does anybody have any questions? I gave out the Play-Doh just to kind of show one of the activities that we do with the older children is Play-Doh. And we talk about what are the benefits of doing Play-Doh with your child, you know? It's a very calming activity, so that sensory input. You're working your fine motor skills, your hand, you're being creative, and you're engaging with your child. So that's just one example. A lot of the activities that we do are just things they might already have at home.
Is part of the process that you go through to identify kids who might have, be on track for special education?
So some of our children come to us already having that identification. Maybe they're already in a pre-K program, but a lot of them have not been. So we do our own type of developmental screening and looking at those scores and talking with the parents, we make a determination, maybe this child needs to be screened further. So we work a lot with infant toddler services and the early childhood center to make sure kids that need that extra support are getting that extra support as well.
Will you move into the new early childhood building?
We will not.
You'll stay at Franklin?
Mm-hmm.
Which is beneficial to us because we can use that gym area to do our parent activities and home visits. We have that privacy, we have that space, that kind of thing.
And quite frankly, we take up a lot of room. We have a lot of materials.
Really?
James knows.
Yes, I don't do movies for good time.
Yeah, so we know we won't be moving. We're housed there with the YMCA's after-school program and their summer program, so they share that space too.
Okay. Well, when parents come to these events that you offer them, they don't pay, that's part of the
No.
program.
They do not pay. Even if it's like when we went to the dairy farm, Hildebrand charges, but we paid for it. So the parents didn't have to pay to come and have that experience.
By we, you mean, right?
Yes. We pay through the grant for families to be able to come and do that event. A lot of families came. That was something they don't normally do. Yeah, all the services we provide are free. The visits, the group connections. Yeah.
Was there a monitoring process that says these kids were in triple P, parents, teachers, and their success rate at graduation is some percent?
Through the early childhood block grant, there is a pretty rigorous evaluation process. We do, I don't like to call them pre and post tests, but I mean, they evaluate development, they evaluate parents at the beginning of the year and at the end of the year. One of the, I guess, limitations is they only are viewing it year to year right now, comparing, but they're looking and working towards making it more of a longitudinal to see what is the impact once they enter school. Because we do have some families that have been in since birth and their child goes to kindergarten. They're in it that whole time. Unfortunately, we don't get that a lot because we have a lot of military families. So they often leave.
But we could have a child that qualifies for infant and toddler services, is in the program, but by the time it's time to go to early childhood, they no longer meet those qualifiers to get in because they've made that kind of progress. And you kind of know yourself that not everything can be measured by, but they do a really good job of saying, okay, and our program has been very successful from when it started as a Smart Start program to then about 2014 it changed to early childhood block grant, and we've always met. They have, you need to do this many, you need to serve this many, you need to do these many screenings, we want to see this kind of progress, and every year we've met that.
And this past year, our Triple P Positive Parenting Program amongst all the other grantees, our family showed the most improvement in parenting skills, and that's based on a pre and post parenting assessment. So we're pretty proud of that they, showed the most growth throughout the state.
Sitting on the school board and the rest of the people here, it's really exciting how this turned out. The qualifying for the heavy impact aid, which is basically what built our new high school. Otherwise, we as a community did not afford that. But it is one goofy system where you have to spend less than the average in the state. And our dean could share the frustration that one year we missed out by less than $1 on what we spent on our children. And so you're supposed to, provide all of this, but the grants that went through us counted in, while it wasn't our money, while it wasn't your taxpayer money, it all shows up on the books that we were spending that on kids. And so spinning these off is I'm just so glad that people stepped up to take them, because they were wonderful programs. You hate to give up something to get something else, or the hopes of getting something else. And it's worked out to our benefit and provided all kinds of things for our children, most important. So
Yes, it has worked out beautifully. I mean, we were able to just continue on with those services. And there was no, break or discontinuing those services while that transition happened.
And the district employees that are PAT, parents as teachers, are in the same building as we are, and we still work like nothing
Right.
happened. Yeah, that,
So that was.
it just happens, we know. Yeah.
I have a question for you. You guys have been doing this for quite a while. Now that we're into this big time technology age,
Mm-hmm.
do you think that that's more hurtful for development or more helpful?
Like, are you talking like using screen
Yeah.
phones? It's hurtful towards development in the early years, especially.
Yeah, that's what I was
The American Academy of Pediatrics doesn't recommend any screens between the ages of 0 and 18 months. And so we have lots of conversations with parents about that. I don't know how much that sinks in, because the world is just.
That's just a new babysitter.
Right, that's what I was
And
thinking.
a lot of the parents we're serving now, they never knew a world before.
Right.
Smartphones and computers and all that.
Right, because I see kids, little kids, when they take them out to eat,
Yep.
the little kids is sitting there playing on the cell phone and,
And you know what parents will say? They'll get upset if I take it away.
yeah. Yeah.
And they do the same thing at church too.
Oh, really?
I know when I'm in church, they got, they got the little iPads there and stuff like that. I mean, I get it, because you don't want the kids to be upset, but still it's kind of a bad thing too.
Yeah, you don't have to be a parent.
Yeah.
Kid being upset is part of it.
Exactly.
We try to counteract that some just by, again, giving the information of what this does to language and their development, and providing us to where when we're there, they are engaging with their child. We're not the babysitter. We're here with you and your child, and this is the activity, and we're all doing this together. So it's practicing to learn those different skills, that this is something else you can do besides screen time. This is how you can set limits with screen time.
I have six grandkids. And when they all come to my place, everybody has a phone or iPad.
Yeah.
Sometimes it just drives me nuts. I'm sitting there saying, I said, why don't y'all go outside and play? I mean, it can be 8 or 9 degrees, but no, they want to stay inside. Go outside and play.
I make mine, Bobby, do badminton or something like that. Hey, here we go.
I have.
I do an argument with my son one time. I said, this is not the way it's supposed to be, but
Yeah, it's hard.
I have 2 neighbors that each have 4 kids, school age, and they're out there every day playing. And it just makes me feel so happy inside, because I'm like, It doesn't matter if it's cold, hot, they're out there playing up and down the sidewalks. And I'm like, those are good parents because they're letting their kids play instead of sitting on
I ain't volunteer. I'll take you to the playground. You know,
It's hard to get them off that.
I mean, the parents are on it all the time. And we'll walk in a lot of times to the house, the TV's on. Okay, we're turning the TV off and we're gonna do this.
I've watched you guys for a lot of years and y'all do a wonderful job. And I think the most impressive part for me is that you guys really care. And I didn't have anything like this when I grew up. So, here's your Play-Doh back.
I knew we couldn't give that to you.
Some of
Now
the,
you're gonna have to find it.
yeah, it's probably stuck in that carpet. Some of the kids who we worked with as infants are now grown, and we see them sometimes in the community, and that's really neat to see how they're doing.
You guys do a wonderful job.
Thank
yeah,
you.
yes, you do.
I think it does, I think, like back in the day, I think it long-term hurts like the innovation too in society, because kids, they don't develop that imagination by having play. I know one time I was babysitting my son, wife was gone, dad wasn't the best babysitter either. But I know, the little drinks they used to have foil, but I noticed he come in and got one and went back to his bedroom. He's a little big fella. And I didn't think much of it until about the third one. I said, wait a minute. And then I was looking there, and he was using them to pour in the carpet and make roads for his car.
That was very creative.
Yeah, that's in trouble.
Everything here.
I have one last thing to pass out you could take with you. Just a fact sheet about our programs.
Still looking about.
I don't bother.
I got babysit my kids. Oh, man.
My grandkids, I'm visiting them, shooting them. I'm so happy to see them. Happy to see them. From seriously now.
Thank you for your kind words.
This is true.
Thank you for letting us come and share about our program.
I appreciate you clarifying what.
Doesn't make sense now?
The drawing help.
Yeah, well, yeah, they were really,
Play-Doh help too, I wouldn't do anything wrong.
Rachel, can I have you pull one of these tickets? This is a drawing that we do. Wednesday night, just nice and loud.
197.
Oh, I got it.
That wasn't planned.
No. What did you say? We put the money into to help.
there is no meeting next week.
Okay.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Okay,
So are we, here, sign up what we're bringing?
yes. Oh, wait a minute.
I have my
I just need to remind that Sylvester, the breakfast next time we meet, which will be the 3rd of December.